Believe, become, be great.
Peeling back the greatness, baby. We back. Derek DeLeon, the one and only, your host. Man, we're doing a lot of amazing things, especially within this third season. Appreciate everybody for subscribing, sharing, showing that love. Please pass this around to anybody and everybody because, hey, we're here to connect and we're here to build this thing bigger and better. Today I have a very special guest. I have the pleasure of bringing on AG from the 303, Mr. Adrian Garcia, man. This dude is such a solid guy. We met. It's kind of crazy how we met. We met, I think, about a year ago, maybe.
Yeah.
He also is connected with the Highly Connected. Shout out to Krista. He's a social media and production manager for the Highly Connected. Shout out to Krista. He has Fan Bam Promotions. That's a major promotional company. Man, this man goes back and forth from Miami to Denver all the time, man. I don't. That's a crazy. No better way, man. Back and forth like that. So, I'm gonna tell this story real quick too before I allow you to kind of chime in here. So, it's funny how we met. I don't know if you remember this. I told the story before, but there was another podcast I was doing with the other Adrian, and I ended up tagging the wrong Adrian. Well, I know you know Jack, so I know with the help of him, he kind of introduced us as well. But yeah, I tagged the wrong Adrian. I'm like, this ain't the right Adrian, and I know that's kind of how I was more familiar with you. But also shout out to Jex for really bringing us together, connecting us on that level too as well. So AG from the 303, I appreciate you coming on, man. This is an amazing opportunity. It's a pleasure to have you. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what you're out here for.
Yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for having me. Real quick though, on that note, it's funny because that Adrian that you tagged, I've known him since I was this big. Like, he's family.
Oh wow, small world.
Yeah, he's family. So like, yeah, when his nickname's Puppy, right?
Really?
Yeah. But it was kind of crazy because I got tagged and then I'm looking at it and I was like, this ain't me. But it's the homie, And so
Yeah.
like I hit him up and him and I got a good laugh out of it. But yeah, so I'm AG from the 303, man. I'm from Denver, born and raised. Born in Greeley, but raised in Denver metro area, and I've just been doing entertainment for, I would say, since 2018. My background is in banking and finance. I was a business banker for JP Morgan for a while. Quit that and decided to go back to school. My story's crazy, bro. Like, I'm very blessed to kind of like live the life that I have. As I was deciding to quit, one of my clients, my business clients, told me, he's like, "Yo, I'll pay for it." And I didn't believe him. I didn't have any reason not to believe him, but at the same time, you get people that talk and this and that, and so I quit. I went back to school, and I went to my first semester at Front Range, and I paid for it, and then I was like, this is expensive. Maybe I'll hit my homie up and see what's up.
Yeah.
And he actually did it, and he paid for me to get my associates in horticulture. At the time, I bought a dispensary, bought into a dispensary, and I was doing that. I've been involved in cannabis since 2010. And yeah, so I was going back to school, got my associates. I was finishing out at CSU, and the day I bought a car to finish school or to go to school, it was like the beginning of the semester. I got hit in a T-bone in a hit and run.
Oh, damn.
Fucked my whole shit up. All of it. I couldn't retain information. I couldn't finish school. So I got my boy's bread back, and I was just my life took a different path
Right.
at that point. And that's really when I started focusing on Fan Bam Productions and getting an experience, giving an experience for people when they go to live events, right? Rap and hip hop has always had a negative connotation towards it, and there's you can say what you want, you can say racism, you can say idiots doing stupid shit, because that's what tends to happen sometimes. Fights, guns, it's a real deal thing, right?
Yep.
And it's two sides to every coin, but that being said, like, hip hop and rap was, you'd have to carry extra insurance if you're going to throw a show. A lot of venues wouldn't even have it.
A lot of liability in it.
Exactly. And so what I did. I partnered with a high school friend of mine, Paul Jr., and we'd throw these experiential events incorporating hip hop, rap, but also DJs, fundraising, community activism, silent discos, and so really giving vendors, artists, light painters, and it just gives people and events more to look at rather than you go to a rap show and you hear somebody rap their 5 songs all the way through, and it's like, nah, man, that ain't it.
Yeah.
Because that gets boring.
Yeah,
Gets
you gotta
boring,
chop
man.
it up. You gotta
have show
yeah.
tracks, right?
Yes.
And I was just talking to somebody about this, but you gotta have show tracks. Like, nobody wants to sit here and listen to you rap for 10 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, on the same beat, people get bored. But that being said, like, even if you do have like a great set, people are still gonna want to go and see other things and do other things. And so one of our first major shows was called Cosign, and what we did was we took like an artist that has got motion, that's got movement, that has like a crew behind them and stuff like that, and they would co-sign their supporting acts. And so it'd be 2 headliners and their crews as direct support and support for the headliners. And so we'd have a total of like 6 artists, and so like the way that it was structured is you would like friends would go see their friends, right?
Yeah.
Oh, now if 3 of my friends are on the same show, yeah, you better believe I'm gonna be there, right?
Yeah.
And so that was successful. It was dope. It was so dope. We did it at Mile High Spirits. We had 2 editions of it. COVID hit, and then things just changed.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I've been involved in entertainment and music since like 2018. I'm not, I haven't been. It's not been my whole life, but like we've made some moves since then.
Yeah. I see you doing big things all the time, man. To be honest with you, I thought you'd done it a lot longer.
Oh,
I mean, because you got people out here doing it 10, 15, sometimes 20 years. Even me, myself, I've only been doing this professionally for a year and a half.
nice,
So to actually
man.
just think about, like, damn, 2 years ago, I was just at CMS. Shout out to CMS. I was just at CMS, man. Keep my head down, working my ass off. Just just making it happen, and then coming out of there, it's like, man, I'm very fortunate, very blessed, man, to be in this position.
Yeah, dude, no,
so.
I see you making moves, bro, and that's the thing about it is like, and you get a lot of folks too that come to Denver and find success quickly,
Mhm.
and that's because I feel like a lot of people here are spoiled in the sense of like we've got music everywhere. Everybody's an artist. If you want to go find live music at any night of the week in Denver, you can find it, right? And so I feel like we've become complacent as folks from Denver and trying to do this music shit because we're so spoiled and having all of it at our fingertips.
Right.
Whereas, shout out to She Who Won't Be Named, right? She's a prime example of somebody that's hungry that comes to the city and that makes shit happen. Right?
Yeah.
If you are hungry, you can elevate in a lot, and you do good business, you can elevate a lot faster than somebody that's just, been doing it for 20 years, that is just kind of goes with the flow, that doesn't really, that doesn't have that drive.
Yeah.
That just takes what's coming to them rather than going and getting it. And you can see that with a lot of out of town folks that come here, like, unfortunate to say, it's like Denver's ripe for the picking, and artists have made, significant waves that aren't from here. And so that's, long-standing conversations of like why Denver hasn't had a quote-unquote major artist come out, because we've had some dope artists come out in the 90s. We have some artists that do big things, but it's more behind the scenes. I mean, shout out Trev Rich, homie, Gary just won a Grammy.
Yeah,
right?
Gary Leon, yeah.
Gary Leon.
Shout out to Gary.
Grammy, shout out to him. Like, and those are the types of things and that need to be highlighted more, from a media standpoint, because you have, it's all interconnected, right? You have the people that are doing stuff, But if nobody knows that they're doing stuff, then it looks like Denver ain't shit and Denver ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
But then you have the media that's covering stuff. And if the media isn't covering the stuff that people are actually doing, or if it's always pay to play, if it's like, oh yeah, I'll cover your shit, just give me $1,000 or blah blah blah.
Cash
like
grab.
if it's always that, like then those things never connect.
Yeah.
And the perception of Denver and what people have from outside of Denver is that, you know, we don't have a scene, we don't have a sound, we don't have a, you know, and so like there's a disconnect between artists, media, and promoters that when you come into a new city and you don't know anybody and you're hungry as fuck, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I think it's funny too, because we do talk a lot about this too, and I do believe that a lot of artists, I mean, there's just a mix, like you said, right? It's a mix of a lot of different people, and this might be more my opinion, where I feel like too many people are trying to get swallowed up into the same dynamic of trying to put Denver on the map, and there's not enough focus in the creativity aspect.
Yeah.
You know, and there are some artists that really do really work hard. I'm not saying all the artists don't work hard. Everybody's putting in work, but
Right.
what I'm saying is that there's too much of a following and not enough of how can I be different. You know, because somebody may think that they're being different, but it's the same sound. It's the same following as everybody else. So it's like, again, what's the substance of Denver as in the music scene? You know, and so like you said, shout out to, you know, She and some of the ones that are really do, even Trevorich, you know, and even, you know, obviously my own artist Jex, right, coming from the Bronx,
Yeah.
being able to really bring that dynamic of that hard hitting versatility.
The villain.
You know, the villain, yeah, the Joker, Jack's the Joker.
the
But
Joker.
but those certain artists that really not even from here, and they come here and it helps.
Yeah.
You know, but it's it's crazy, man, the music scene. But there's music for everybody.
Right.
There's hip hop for everybody.
And then, you know, then you have that aspect and that dynamic, and then you go into like Denver's the bass capital of the world. Like Nicole over at the Black Box, shout out Nicole, shout out Corey. Like they've built for electronic music, bass music in particular. They have built something that like is outstanding for Denver, just as a spotlight, right? And it's really, really cool to see, because you have some major artists come out of Denver. You have some major artists come to Denver just to live, stay, and all of that. And this is like a whole totally different scene,
Right.
And so, yeah, we have, what I believe is a thriving hip hop scene. I really do. We have so many different styles and sounds, and it's just a matter of like, infighting is a pain in the ass, you know, and that's why people don't get seen. It's the mentality of crabs in a bucket, but the talent is not lacking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talent in Denver is not lacking in the hip hop scene, and then you have the bass scene, right? And all of that what that brings to the city, and all the different types of people and music and sound, and then you have like the house music, and you know, shout out to Something Fun Denver. You know, Carlos has done a great job over there of curating a consistent sound, a consistent presence through Something Fun Denver, or Something Denver Fun. I get them mixed up.
Okay.
But like, it's every Sunday at Banshee House. It's day party from 3 to 10. You're gonna get some sexy house music and a day party, and then I get to go home by 10 and go to sleep, so I can work the next day. Okay, because I'm getting old. I ain't trying to be out until 5 in the morning anymore.
Yeah.
But like, so and then you go down to South Broadway, right? And what is it, the Pink Poodle? And you have a punk and a rock scene that exists, but that, you know, if you're not paying attention to it, you don't know.
Right.
You know, if you don't give a shit about like that type of style of music, you don't know. But we have in Denver a very, very eclectic, well-rounded, I think, music scene where you can find whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing that helps too is that Denver, don't check me on the facts, I don't know if this still exists today, but Denver's #1 for young entrepreneurs. So I do believe that having that aspect in it, where you have all these different bar owners and venue owners, and even the smaller mom and pop shops, I think it does also help the music scene as well because again, everybody kind of has that same vision of, hey, we just trying to make it, we just trying to take care of family, this and that, so having that aspect of it too, I do believe really helps artists as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. And then you have really cool, like, nonprofits that cater towards that. So, one example would be the Boredom Fighters. They teach kids how to make music, how to produce, but they do it with a cool little caveat of using inanimate objects, miking up just different random shit and hearing the sounds out of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they are doing some amazing things. They have their program. They teach the kids how to make music. Then they take them camping, and they have a Function One rig set up, and the kids get to play the music that they produced on the rig.
That's dope.
On a fucking Function One rig, like that's fire, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like really, really cool stuff, and that's more on the electronic music side. But then you have, let's say, the Denver DJ School, which I'm a part of, and they teach kids how to make beats as well, but they mostly teach kids and adults how to DJ. They have curriculum in a middle school, and I just found out, last night that through the Denver DJ School, like, there's some kids that are going to get to go to Spain.
That's crazy.
This summer they get to
imagine
go to
telling
Spain,
that story as a kid. Yeah, I'm going over
to
to
Spain to DJ, and, like
going to Spain.
That type of stuff, and so you have some very, very cool music-oriented nonprofits that are doing some really dope shit, and educating people and building community and really, getting back to the basics in a sense of let's build a community and let's support each other through music.
Right. Yep.
And being able to see I just had this conversation yesterday, right? I was at the DJ school. Shout out to Chons and everybody, all the instructors, DJ Large, Rewild. I mean, I was just talking to them and I'm like, for somebody to be able to create an environment in DJ Tones, right, with the school, to create an environment of where some person can be not having the greatest success in life, and be at a fork in the road and what have you, and to be able to come to the school and get involved and do certain things and maybe even become an instructor or anything like that, to watch people's lives increasingly get better as a result of just being involved. That type of dynamic and that type of foundational structure for someone to create and have other people eat off of it and get their lives in order and in better shape and off to the next level, dude, I'm getting goosebumps. That type of shit, that's what I want to embody. That's what I want to be able to do. And through Fam Bam, we've done some pretty cool stuff, and we've been able to help our community and stuff like that. And to me, what Chones has done over at the DJ school, that's the next level, right?
Yeah.
That's building a foundation of, okay, now you're eating and you're good. Now everybody else has an opportunity to build themselves up and to really, like, focus on their craft and level up.
Yeah. That's good, man, especially with the younger generation, because we're even, again, shout out to Money Gang, because he, with the rap school, he's the founder of the rap school. Okay. It started off in the Springs, and then he actually is launched another one up here at his daughter's school. So he built, a studio in there, like an after school program. So me and Jack's been going there every Wednesday, just helping the kids, man, and to really hear the vocals that these kids are laying down and the hip hop and Goosebumps as well. Like, it's crazy, man. And seeing them, make music, engineer, I'm just like, man, this is crazy. But again, it's for the youth, man. That's the next wave. That's the next generation. I know my oldest daughter, she wants to be a singer. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring them into the fold. My youngest wants to be a producer, but so it's amazing, man. There's a lot of amazing things, and then like you said, even with the Denver school or DJ school, that's a big opportunity too. I mean, I've seen, I know, shout out to DJ Chones. I know he's a legend in this game too. And then I know there's another guy that just went there. I think he graduated, Richard. Richard Carranza, I think his name is. I worked with him, stuff like that. But you guys do big things with that, man. So my hats off to you for that too, as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was just a student, so like I can't take any credit on that. Not just a student, but like I went through the program, the DJ school.
Okay.
And so what they're doing over there is amazing. I mean, now being able to have the school and like teach people and then actually get them gigs and like you're
Bring them into the real world
hit
and
the ground
yep.
rolling type stuff.
Yep.
That's what they do, and it's been a pleasure being involved. Like the way that I'm connected outside of being a student with the school is we collaborate on events, and so we've done. Last year we did the second Who's Got the Juice. The first year we did. Chones was a judge on the first rap battle for Who's Got the Juice, and we did that in Temple. Jex was on that.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was so much fun, bro. Like seriously, like a rap battle over beats in 2020 at the time, 2024 was unheard of. Like no one did it, and then the way we did it. So fire.
Gotta try to top it each time too.
It's like a movie, dog. Like, and people say that shit all the time. Oh, we're in a. Nah, man. I've got the footage, and that shit was so lit. And we had
dope.
Temple, like it was so much.
Oh, was
fun.
that Temple too?
It was at Temple, bro. We had like I think our count was like 550. To put 550 people in a building for a rap.
Temple's
battle
dope too.
beats,
I would definitely. Temple is.
And
super
the production
dope.
there, they hooked it up. Like they had all our logos on the TVs.
That's crazy.
When people are cheering,
Hell
they're
yeah.
flickering lights, and just like it was just a dope
vibe, man. That's a
experience,
vibe.
man. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I had so much fun, and that's why I do these things. That's why I do I've been doing events like I said since 2018, and it just getting people that would normally not be in the same building together.
Yeah.
Just in life, like in the building, laughing, talking, dancing, vibing, like that's my shit. That's what gets me going.
Yeah. That's dope, man. Hell yeah. So what with all this that you're doing, like everything, what kept you going? What was that thing that's like? Did you ever have a conversation with yourself of I gotta just make it through the bullshit, make it past all this? Like what was that like?
I would say, man, that's every day. This industry is not easy.
Definitely not.
The industry itself is not easy as an artist, right? The industry of curating events and experiences is you're an artist in your own right. You have to think and do the same things. If more artists thought the way that like event curators think, I think they would be better off because you have a structure and a format that's like, okay, you get your date, you get your marketing materials, you get your artist, you get your marketing strategy, you get how much money you're going to put into that strategy and where you're going to go with it, and that for an event is paramount because if you're not hitting all of those things, either one, your artists are going to suck, or one, nobody's going to show up, or you're not going to be organized enough to get all of the marketing materials out to where they need to be,
Yeah.
like, and so like more artists thought about their career in that aspect, like, what the fuck are you doing before dropping a song? You just putting it out there? Okay, good job. Like, nah.
Yeah.
Like you have to have a strategy before, pre, during, and post, right? And that's for every event. That's for every performance. That's for every drop of like every album, every single, all of it.
Yeah.
You have to be strategic around it. Otherwise, it's just gonna fucking flop.
Mm-hmm.
Just like events. I've had plenty of events that flopped. Like, and you learn from that. And if you don't, then you need to get the fuck out because.
Yeah. So clearly, something's not changing at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so like, it's every day in a sense of like, damn, should I just go back to banking? Because it gets hard. But at the end of the day, when you're at the spot, everything is starting, and you get them jitters and then butterflies. Like, I hope people show up. I hope people show up. and then the room starts filling up, and then the sound's going and everything, and then you see people vibing, and all of it is happening. Then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good.
Yeah. Especially when
I can do
people are
this
vibing
again.
out. When people are vibing out, then you
Yeah.
know it's.
Yeah, all right. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I shouldn't go back to being a banker.
Yeah.
So,
I tell myself that a lot too, especially because, like you said, right, this shit's hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but it's like it could be hard doing something. It could be hard working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like we've all, I know I've fucking been there. I've been miserable at a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd rather be miserable doing what the fuck I love versus the shit that I'm just like, man, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
so
And I had some pretty profound conversations this weekend at that music festival, and one of them was because I'm a little long in the tooth at this point in time, you know, and seen a couple of sunrises and sunsets, and this man was telling me he's like 54, he's headlined Red Rocks a handful of times, he's played Red Rocks a handful of times, everywhere in the world he's DJ'd like major venues and this and that, and he was just telling me, he asked me how old I was or if I've experienced any changes recently in my life, and I told him, yeah, man, I moved to Miami. I'm doing this, and this. Like, and he goes, he's been in the last like 10 years really like studying physiology and like body chemistry and how that affects the brain and your later years, and he found out that between the ages of 34 and 43, your body is going through chemical changes that is like, yo, this is your last hurrah. You need to go make babies, right? And so
man,
like
I know that.
it's pushing different chemicals into you, and what he was expressing is like, if that's not your path, that's okay. That's what a lot of people like consider a midlife crisis, right?
Okay, yeah.
Is there's changes happening, and some people go and buy the red Ferrari, and some people go and quit their job, you know, like that type of thing. Those changes happen to pretty much everybody, and the way in which you channel that energy, that new energy that is coming into you, is going to set you up for the next stages of your life, right? So if you do go down the rabbit hole and you just kind of spiral into that and don't realize what's really going on, you can go into the opposite direction. But if you recognize that that's what's happening and you apply it and you utilize it, it's like your last boost to the finish line. Like it's like a point in time to where you can really set yourself up for the next level of everything that you
That's
want.
crazy, yeah.
Right?
That's a great conversation. Oh my god.
Yeah, man. And he's just like, I had a feeling you were between that age after our conversation.
Yeah.
You know, talking, and I was like, yeah, man. And then it just everything comes to light. Like, yeah, I have major changes in my life. Moving to Miami is a major change. I've lived here pretty much my whole adult life, you know what I mean? And to just and I'm secure in a sense of like, I know, you know, folks, I'm comfortable. I go to my places, my watering holes, and you know, everybody knows you like cheers.
Yeah.
But stepping out of that and going into a place like, I'm not going fully blind. You know, I got Krista out there, Dev, and they're amazing.
They're killing
it.
They're
killing it. Krista is. I'm so blessed to have the people in my life that I have in my life. She keeps on point because that's her next level that she wants to get to. You know,
Yeah.
and so, it's been a blessing moving out there because it's kind of counterintuitive, but it's slowed me down.
Yeah.
Moving to Miami slowed me down.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and but it also allowed me to focus on me, because like when I'm out there, I have my routine. I wake up, I do my apple cider vinegar and cayenne and pepper and all that shit. I go to the gym, I come home, I eat my protein, I do the boom 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 boom. It's all ironed out my whole entire day and weekend. When I come here, I let loose and I kind of slack a little bit, but you know.
You get comfortable a little bit.
Yeah, but I went to Miami and slowed down. But opportunities there too, like different kinds of opportunities, but they're everywhere. They're everywhere, and it's just a matter of, you know, taking advantage of them and delivering and executing.
That's good. Yeah, I was good. That was going to be one of my questions. You know, how you feel about being out there, but it sounds like it's a great. I never would have thought that it'd be a lot slower out there than it was here. Like it just seems, you know, a lot of people say if you can make it in Denver, you can make it anywhere, and that's kind of for me. It's kind of hard to dive into. I'm like, man, that's
it's
it
very
just seems,
true.
you know, but I could see that. I could see because again, yeah, Denver's we getting a lot of out of state people, and then everybody, you know, population's going up. So I mean, I could kind of see that how it's, you know,
But it's expensive out here, right?
Yeah.
And so like if
No,
you
definitely.
can live in Denver and you can be successful in Denver, I really believe you can do that anywhere. Miami is different in the sense, for me personally, I slowed down because I don't have as many connections out there, and so like I'm not out doing the most, right?
Okay, yeah.
Plus it gets really fucking expensive. But it's faster in a sense of business moves. Are you ready? Good, let's get this done. That's the thing that
You gotta be ready
lacks.
for it. Then
Because like there's bread everywhere. There's opportunity everywhere. But people will also not fuck with you if you're not ready. And it's apparent. They know when you're not ready. It's written on your fucking face. You know, you can't hide that shit.
Yep.
You know, and so like if you're gonna make a move like that, you have to be prepared in a sense of like get your shit together and be ready.
Make sure you're ready for it. If you're gonna make the move, make the move. Don't be curious.
Exactly.
A lot of people are a little too curious.
Yeah.
Don't be wasting time out there. Be ready for it.
Exactly. And I'm, you know, blessed to have somebody that keeps me in line.
That's
Keeps
good.
me in line
That's good.
and hooks it up too, because she's very connected out there as well.
Yeah, that's what I seen. I met Krista through Dev because I went to school with Devaney.
Oh wow.
That's how I originally even met
wild.
Krista.
Okay.
You know, shout out to Dev. I know like her and Krista, they had solid.
Dev's killing it.
You three are very, very solid people. So, yeah, that's shout out to everybody out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody. So who got the Juice 3 coming up July 18th, man? Tell us more about that. What can we expect?
All right, man. This is I'm so excited for this. Last night we did the final 2 submissions. So here's the structure, right? Well, first let's start with the first one. Who's Got the Juice first was a rap battle. Who's Got the Juice number 2 was a DJ battle. We did that at the Black Box, shout out. And then this one we're running back a DJ battle again. So from what happened between last year and this year, a bunch of the DJs from the Denver DJ School went out to NAMM. That's a DJ conference out in LA. And apparently there were people coming up to Chones asking if we were going to run back the Who's Got the Juice battle. Because we brought in DJ Dynamics, we brought in DJ Lazy Boy, DJ Pause was one of our judges. And so we brought in some big name judges to judge the battle. DJ Popo won it from Atlanta, and we had a handful of DJs that really killed it, man. Like DJ Domneezy took second.
Shout out Domneezy, that's my boy right there.
Yeah, he took second. DJ Slickback Slickback took second. Domneezy took third. DJ Slickback was 16, 17, 18. He was a young kid at the time, and it was surreal. It was a really cool experience because the way we structured the marketing, the way we structured the whole like setup is your first submission was online. We're in the digital age, so you know,
change it up a little bit.
Let's change it up. And the style of battle is different than what's being offered anywhere in the world right now. Nobody's doing party rock battles. They're all DMC battles. They're all Red Bull champions, you know, juggling, scratching, and all that. And all that's dope. All that's hip hop. But if you're not a hip hop head, you don't give a shit about that.
They're not gonna know.
It's
yeah.
boring.
Yeah.
You don't care. You know what I mean? If you go to the club and you don't really give a shit about hip hop like that, like,
right.
You don't give a fuck. But DJing is so much more, right? Like, and so what we've decided is that we're gonna do like a party rock battle. So like, all of the DJ skills are still involved and encompassed in what you're being judged on, but you're also being judged on how the crowd reacts. You're also being judged on if you can actually mix.
Like they're an entertainer on top of it.
Exactly, on the song choice. So we require 3 different genres.
That's gonna be crazy.
Initially. So for the first one, we do like the first submission, we do a 2-minute submission with 3 different genres. And if you're gonna have wordplay, do it right. If you're gonna have tone play, do it right. If you're gonna scratch, be on beat. Don't, and you gotta have flavor, right? So we want 3 different genres, put them together in 2 minutes, however you see fit, and then we everybody submits and collaborates with the school, Denver DJ School, and Fan Band Productions. We then push all of those out, and so we brought in with the initial judgment. So we went from 30 actually this year 30 submissions, where last year we only had like 15, 17, something like that. So we upped our submissions. We went from mostly local talent to international talent. So we're now in international battle. We've got folks from South Korea that entered, that one of them actually made it to the next round through the judges. And our judges were DJ Pause, Squizzy Taylor, and Dizzy D.
Shout out to Chris Squizzy.
Yeah. And so three highly professional DJs in their own right, that were judging all of these submissions. And we've got people in the next round that are from the Bay Area, from Atlanta, Arizona. We have 3 DJs that are from Denver out of the whole thing.
That's crazy. Damn. Wow. Okay.
And so last night, the way we structured it for this battle is DJ Popo already gets in. He's defending champ. And then we picked 7. So that would be 8. Yeah, we picked 7 DJs through the judges, and then last night we allowed social media to dictate the last 2. And so like, follow, shares, all of the engagement, we just add it all up, and whoever has the most numbers, they get it.
Gets in. Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Sounds like it's gonna be a historic event.
So this right here, we got one more round now. It's also going to be online, and this time it's 5 minutes, 3 genres, or at least 3 genres, and then we have this judges coming in that'll judge the last 9, the remaining 9, and then we'll go to the final on July 18th at 2 Moons. That's an all ages show. It's during the day. The focus and the reason we want all ages especially is because we're trying to foster an environment for the next generation of DJs.
And that's inspiring too for that. I mean, because again, everybody brings their kids in or whatever to see. Kids love to be a part of those types of environments, and that's a big blessing, man. So yeah, shout out to you guys for that.
Yeah, man. Jones has had some really good ideas how to elevate it and make it so it's like more inclusive, and yeah, dude, I'm really excited about this one. It's going to be, especially because we can now call ourselves an international DJ battle.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. That's huge.
That's a big deal
for marketing. That's huge for the culture. And at the end of the day, that's a big reason why we do these things, right? For the culture and for the community.
Especially, like you said, international, right? Again, people from pretty much around the world, and it's going to continue to grow each time. And then when people see, especially when it comes to content and stuff, man, I want to be a part of that. Yep. And then I'm going to be in Denver at this time. I want to go to that show, or so the manifestation, man, it's real.
Yeah,
it's real.
And fostering competition too. Like, who doesn't? Like, DJs are very, very competitive creatures.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Straight up.
Oh yeah.
And so like the back and forth, and like especially like local and and DJs that they all know each other, and so like the way that it turns out on the social media front is like you have so many DJs that are showing so much love and support, and people that they know, and you're not going to make everybody happy all the time. So yeah, I'm sure we got some people saying some stuff, this, that, and the other about the whole process and everything. And they say throughout the process, well, like, oh, well, I'm not an online battler. It's like, well, you're also in bumfuck Egypt, and what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to fly out here for a submission that you're probably not even going to get in because your DJ skills, they're lacking.
Right.
let me see what you can do first
Hmm.
before you spend a whole bunch
Hey,
of money to be
opportunity is opportunity.
Yeah. So like we got a couple of detractors and people that got something to say, but at the end of the day, man, we're building something not just for ourselves. We're building something because we want to see the next generation of artists, musicians, DJs, have something to look up to, like when I was a kid, and I saw who's got the juice, and
Yeah.
so like it's I think it's something that if done, continue to do properly and keeping the community and the culture in mind, that it can blow up.
Yeah. No, that's for sure, man. Like I said, you guys are doing big things. Everything going on. I see. I don't think I ain't got nothing going on July 18th. So I definitely bring the team out, man. We
Yeah,
definitely
bring
gonna show up for that
everybody,
one,
dog,
man.
yeah.
That's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, we're
That's
looking,
awesome.
putting our media crew together. We're looking for sponsors, a food sponsor, anybody that wants to come out and sell food.
Okay.
Yeah, man, just like a couple of loose ends, and then we're, promoting the shit out of it. So if you guys, like, follow, share, comment, at FanBam5280, at the Denver DJ School, you can see all of the submissions there. You can judge for yourself. You can tell me the ones, we messed up on, or, that this person should have been in there over this person. Like, sure, tell us the whole thing, man. But engage and then come and support, because it's gonna be a really fun day.
Yeah.
Just in general, a day of hip hop.
Nah, I
Well,
can't.
and it's not even hip hop; it's party rock. A day of party rocking.
Just an eventful day.
Yeah,
Y'all
exactly.
come through and just be eventful. I'm ready to have a good time.
Yeah, because we got some that throw like some heavy dubstep into the mix, some that are throwing some drum and bass into the mix, and when you're mixing R&B, and when you have a really good DJ and they can mix like an R&B track with a drum and bass track and like make it seem, I'm just like,
I've heard some shit, man.
Yeah.
Like there's some certain DJs out there. It's like, it's just endless.
yeah.
It's endless, I've heard some stuff out there. I'm like, damn, this is insane.
Dog, watching
The
DJ
mix is
Popo
insane.
work, and all of the DJs from last year for sure, but watching DJ Popo work was like, it was surgical, dog.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's doing live edits, like
damn.
live. He's fucking, and I'm
Just mind blown up.
baffled. I'm like, God, I'm gonna be that good one day, and he just was surgical with it, but some of the contestants and the entries, like, man, DJ Notch, I did not expect that. Like, I did not expect that. Like, he killed it. DJ Everly, I believe he's a Red Bull champion. Or like, yeah.
I bet you it gets difficult, man. Especially, oh man.
Some of these DJs, the homie DJ Large, bro, he mixed in this fucking J. Cole off of his new album, where he says something about what you know about drum and bass, and then he looped it, and then and then oh, dude. So like, it's things that make you go, ugh.
When you could turn a crowd, man, that's when you know, man, you got it.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I've been in those environments. I've even seen, like I said, DJs, man. The mixes, I'm just like, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah. Man, I'm excited, man. So that's the big one coming up. We've got July 18th, 2 Moons. We'll be out there, and then yeah, man, we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I look forward to that, man. It's gonna be dope. Is there anything else that you would like to highlight? Anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big shout out to Bus to Show. So I am the community engagement coordinator for a nonprofit called Bus to Show, and what we do is we take people to every single Red Rock show. We have 16 partner pickup locations, ranging from restaurants, bars, sandwich shops, that type of thing. And so essentially it's a $35 round trip ticket, and we pick you up in a 50-passenger school bus with like sound and a DJ on it.
That's pretty cool.
It's so much fun, dude. And we go to every Red Rock show, rain or shine. The only time we cancel is if Red Rocks cancels. And then we do a handful of other venues like Fish Sticks. We do Fiddler's Green, that type of thing. But yeah, man, it's adults partying on a school bus.
$35 round trip. I'm in for that.
That right, dude? It costs like $90
Jeez.
to get out of Red Rocks for an Uber, you know? And,
Oh yeah.
and so like we saved over 10,000 gallons of gasoline last year, and
Wow.
we cut DUIs by 65% in the
Wow.
city on show nights.
Good shit, man.
So
Hell
like,
yeah.
we have some quantifiable data that shows the positive impacts that Bus to Show has on the environment, on the community, on the music scene, and all of that. And so I just got linked up with them in November, and I've loved every minute of it. It's a lot of work. You know,
Oh, I bet.
a lot of work. Big shout out to the whole team: Amandine, Neva, Lily, like Matt, all of them, and it's just our IT team doing some dope shit. But Amandine is the director, and she is like rave mom. She is so on point and so dialed in, and direct, but will wear it with kid gloves, right? With mom gloves and mom love and that type of thing. It's like, well, if you're fucking up, she won't tell you you're fucking up, but it'll be in a very, very direct way, but it'll be very nice.
Hey, that's that mother mentality.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but she is like one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Like with the stuff that she does, you know, between being an engineer, between running Bus to Show, between working at the what is it, LA Caucus, the dance studio over here on Park Ave. Yeah, she is just
Doing it all.
yeah.
Big shout out. That's
Yeah,
dope.
for sure.
That's dope.
So yeah, Bus to Show, man. If anybody needs, you know, you want to go and check us out, bustoshow.org. You can check us out on Instagram, Bus to Show, and yeah, we just provide safe, fun rides. The way I got this gig was I DJ'd on one of the buses.
Oh wow.
I DJ'd on one of the buses for John Summit out in Boulder, and then a couple other times, and then I was like, hey, you guys.
Is it like something you just found, like just out of nowhere?
No, my homie Nick Guzzo, Benjamin. He well, it's Ben's first. I don't know how he got hooked up. I think he knows Amandine just.
Okay.
From around the way.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, do you guys have decks, and do you want to DJ
I got a
on
gig
the
for you.
bus? I was like, sure, man.
Check
Like,
this out.
I was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's
we get
dope,
a free
that's
ticket to
dope.
the show. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sign me up. And dude, it was you're swag surfing the whole time because you know you're on the bus and you're
Hell
DJing
yeah.
and like you got to keep your balance and shit. There's nowhere to.
Oh
like,
yeah.
the bus is moving.
Plus, then you got everybody like right there.
man.
Yeah.
And so it's a really fun experience. It's a really cool experience. And then what's really cool too is like if you get a Bus to Show ticket, you go to whatever partner pickup location and make it a whole night. Like you get discounts on food, discounts on
Oh wow.
drinks.
Okay.
And so like we partner with them because they want to hook our riders up, and then you know, then go to the show, get some food, get some drinks, go to the show. Have fun.
That's an experience. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that's something that I'm very grateful to be involved in because you know it's good work, and you know you make people happy.
Yeah.
Smile.
We'll definitely have to do that. We'll make sure we highlight that in this. But yeah, I'm interested in doing that. So
Yeah, dude.
we'll definitely have to do
you're
it.
going to your next Red Rock show, let me know.
Okay. Yeah, we could be going to Fiddler's Green here for the Summer Jam. Summer Jam I think is coming up it's in August. Yeah, it's in August. So
I'll find out if we do Summer Jam. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll provide a couple of buses.
okay.
Yeah. The next event that we're doing, Bus to Show, major event, is Outside Days Festival, and that's this month, May 29th, 30th, and 31st, and it'll be downtown Civic Center, and that's more of like a get outdoors kind of festival, so like highlighting any outdoor activities, sports, merchandise, like to do the sports, so like, I don't know, cleats and all that stuff, like bike riding and like
All the outdoor stuff.
all the rock climbing, you know, yeah, all that stuff. But it's also like very in focus and in line with sustainability and keeping our outdoor spaces clean and you know preserved and that type of thing. And so like really diving into that and teaching people how to be more sustainable and encouraging people to be more sustainable and take care of our planet, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's dope, man. Yeah, you guys go follow Adrian, Fam Bam, AG from the 303. What other socials do you got that you? I think that's
Shisha Lifa, that's my hemp shisha company. So yeah, if y'all want to follow that, then that's pretty much it. Bust a show. Um, yeah.
highly connected.
Highly connected. Yes.
I want to highlight that app too because I've been in the app and man, that's a badass app. You guys highlight all the events and different things going on, and I think it's inside and outside of Colorado, huh? I mean, considering you guys are in Miami.
Worldwide. It's, yeah, we have 4,000 members worldwide, curated members that you know we've touched in some way, shape, or form, and know that they're legit. And so like, what it is, just for anybody out there is so. The THC girls are the High Country girls. They're our marketing and branding wing of the Highly Connected app. And so we have over 90 brand ambassadors that we can activate nationwide from California to New York, Houston, Miami, Florida, here, obviously in Denver. And so we have a whole, like 90 brand ambassadors, but then we also have entrepreneurs, we have business owners like dispensary owners, we have people within the entertainment space, artists, all different types of people where we essentially meet and conduct business through this app, and we meet every last Tuesday of the month. And so and then during our meetings it's pretty much like we have a topic, but then we also give everybody that's involved on the call an opportunity to introduce themselves, throw their elevator pitch, and then talk about who they want to support or what kind of support that they're currently looking for. And that's very, very important because like, yeah, networking events, they're a dime a dozen, and this is essentially like a Zoom networking event. However, if you're not intentional with what you're trying to accomplish, if you don't know your elevator pitch, if you don't know what you're looking for, then you're just going out to go out. You're not really taking advantage of the opportunity in front of you, because you're not prepared. And so this gives people an opportunity to see where they're actually at in their preparedness to dial in their elevator pitch and the way that they network, because the purpose of networking is to support and receive support, right? The purpose of networking is to find people that are in your same lane that you can either help or that can help you. And so networking just to network is going out. That's partying.
You got to have a purpose behind it always.
You have to be intentional
always,
with it. And so we put a lot of intention behind these calls, and in order to make sure that the people that are subscribing to the app get what they want out of it. But the only way you really get what you want out of it is if you participate. Like, you can come and you can join the app and you can do all that and look at our events and do all that, but like, if you're not actively participating, then it's not going to be worth it. It's like anything else in life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You can do the next pyramid scheme, and sometimes they work.
Yeah.
But if you just, but they bank on everybody throwing in their money and 90% of the people not doing a fucking thing, right?
Yep.
And so that's kind of the format is you can be involved as much or as little as you prefer. It's not, I don't care.
You're gonna get what you put into it.
You're gonna get what you put into it. And if you're involved and you're on the calls and you're engaging and you practice and you do your elevator pitch and you know what you're looking for, then that's going to be a little bit more productive than if you're just kind of winging it.
Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate you bringing me onto that call. Again, shout out to Krista for that too as well. So, yeah, definitely an amazing app. Everything, you guys make sure you go download the app, the Highly Connected, and then we'll go from there. So there is a question that you asked me, and I do want to touch on it here.
Okay.
So you had said, what is something that I believe was different
What is something that you once believed to be true that you no longer believe?
So this was a very intriguing question. It literally took me like 2 minutes, because I kind of sat there thinking like, man, that's a good question. That's a very intriguing question, but then it clicked.
Yeah.
So I spent 10 years, right? This is in my younger 20s. Spent 10 years trying to figure shit out, as we all do. Of course, one of the things that was always kind of like this irritation was all these successful people, all these rich people out here, they don't give a fuck about the working class, the younger class. I mean, all that, right? So I always believed that in a way it was all a facade. All these successful people, all these people that got money, it was a facade. Now you fast forward to now. One thing I do understand about this dynamic is the people that are successful, the people that are rich, put in a shitload of work, put in a shitload of sacrifice. So for 10 years, trying to figure out what's next for me, what's it gonna be, going through the wormhole, everything, where to start. That was always the thing, where to start, and I thought it was, again, being rich. I just thought it was, I of course doubted myself, and I ain't ever gonna be rich. It's all bullshit, But now, again, you fast forward to this time now. Now it's a different story because I understand. Like, damn, I can't even imagine what these billionaires and these millionaires put in. And again, you're talking 15, 20, even 30 years. So that's definitely the first thing that came to my mind was, you know what, it's a different time now.
I agree with that, absolutely. And I agree with it up until a certain point, right? You have people that make millions, cool. But the difference between $1 million and $1 billion, in order to get to $1 billion, in my own personal perspective and opinion, you have to exploit and extract. There's no way of getting to $1 billion without underpaying your workers. There's no way of getting to $1 billion without extracting resources that don't belong to you. There's no way of getting to $1 billion without doing some fuck shit. And I don't believe billionaires should exist.
Yeah.
Personally. Now, millionaires and to your point of like the hard work that and the sacrifice that goes into it, absolutely. You have to sacrifice. And like the way that I look at it is, my grandfather told me something when I was a kid, and he's like, if you consider life a ladder, right? And success like a ladder. There's some people that are going to start here, there's some people that are going to start here, and there's some people that are going to start here. This is where we started. But everybody has to climb, no matter what.
Yep.
Everyone has to climb, because if you start up here and you fuck that shit up, then there's plenty of cases of people doing that where they have rich parents and they just fuck that shit up. And like, it's a parable, and I'm gonna mess it up probably, but it's like the story of the king and the peasant and the king, right? A peasant rose to power to become king. His son was not as good of a king, but was still solid because he watched his dad come from nothing and go to something. And so still had that in his mind, and still could perform, and still could run shit in some semblance of how his father did. His son never saw that. And so therefore, if you never see that, you kind of go back through the cycle. You go back because you've never
bypass the journey.
Yeah, exactly. You've never seen the struggle. And it's all been handed to you. And when something is just handed to you, you don't value it as much.
Nope. Because it's just handed to you.
Exactly. You didn't work for it. And so it's just that cycle, right? That just continues to happen. And then once you get back down here, and it's generational. It's generational. But there are opportunities. There are opportunities to continue the progression. It's just a matter of how you teach your kids.
Yeah.
I don't have any kids, right? Like, so I see from the outside looking in, and my youngest sibling's 11, and I'm 40. And so, like, you can see the disparity there, but, like, being able to watch all different types of people raise their kids is like I can see why that complacency happens, because
Yeah.
parents just want to do the most for their kids, and they finally are able to, and then now the kid is just spoiled little shit,
Yeah.
you know. And so it's a matter of like being able to I guess channel the struggle, reflect on the struggle that you went through, and then you'll never, like, say for example you become everything that you want successfully, you have the money, then it is incumbent upon you to teach your kids that this ain't it. This ain't, like, this is a result of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. But this life, your life, child, is going to be different than what mine was. But I need to explain and show you what that looks like. And so that's why I believe in traveling so much, like for little kids, traveling worldwide, getting out of your state, getting out of your country, getting because it gives you a different pair of sunglasses to put on. You can see life in a different way when you go to another country.
That's crazy that you're saying that too. I was just talking, I was just talking to a friend about this the other day, right? So me and my daughters, we've been more outside of Colorado than we have inside Colorado, right? But to your point, because when we are, we spoke on earlier, when we're miserable and we're working a 9 to 5, the only escape that we know of is, oh yeah, I can't wait for Friday night. I'm gonna go out to the bar. I'm gonna go do this. So when you see, like you said, when you see life outside of the norm, outside of the comfort zone, that's when everything starts to change and starts to flourish in that regard too. Because our kids, or even ourselves, right? We're seeing, like, we see all this shit that goes on TV, everything, but we don't think, oh man, that's a real place. I mean, like, oh, the award show, oh, that's like, yeah, it's a real place, but until we actually see that, that's what makes us appreciate, like, get out of the norm.
Yeah.
Like you said, travel the world. That's
your norm. That's the thing, is like, what is your normal? Because when I'm out in Miami, it's normal to go to a grocery store and see a Bentley next to a Ferrari next to a Lamborghini, and they're at the fucking grocery store. That's normal.
It's not your everyday thing here,
Definitely not, And so, like, what's your normal? How do you create that?
Yeah.
But then, to your point, like, the perspective and showing, being able to show the youth other things, because, like, straight up, man, there's people that haven't been outside of Denver that have never been outside of Denver.
Yeah.
That are doing things and saying things, and it's like people that have never been outside of the United States that have an opinion about somewhere they've never even been. Like,
doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, because we're in that right now. We're in the thick of it, like, with our political atmosphere, within racism, within sexism, within Islamophobia, within, like, we're in the thick of it, right? And it's a bunch of fucking people that ain't never done nothing besides judge. They've never been outside their own little town. They've never been outside their own state. They've never been outside the country. And it's a bunch of people that, needless to say, don't know shit.
Yep.
And they let their bigotry of their parents, and they let how they were raised.
Just too invested in the problems that you're not going to fix unless you come together as a collective, like a major collective, not just you and your friend.
It's a rainbow coalition that needs, like Fred Hampton was saying.
Yeah.
It's a rainbow coalition that we need. But I would argue that we also need to take care of our own communities at the same time, and focus on what we can do to be better as a Chicano community, as a Hispanic community, or Latino, however you want to say it. And each individual, the white community, the black community, we all need to have our own shit together, and we need to come together.
Yep, agreed.
What that looks like, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not big into politics either. I mean, the thing. Yes, obviously it has something to do with the youth and the kids, and of course I'm gonna give a fuck. That's like, yeah, we should give a fuck. But all the extra stuff out there, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix my life the way that I know how, especially for my family, for our communities, and I do believe in why are we not focused on fixing our communities and bettering our communities first?
Mm-hmm.
We want to solve all these world problems, and I trust me, I get it all, I get it, but our community should come first, the very community that we're residing in, if not all the communities. That's the starting point.
But then that's incumbent upon us.
Mm-hmm.
That is nobody else's problem, nobody else's responsibility, nobody else's nothing. That is some self-evaluation and what am I doing?
Mm-hmm. And a contribution to it.
My community.
Yep. Agreed. And
we can worry about everybody else after you worry about yourself.
Yeah.
So,
yep. 100%.
And you're doing great work, man. You're doing great work. You're doing what you love, and you're fostering that community and you're building it, and that's your contribution.
Yeah.
And it's a good contribution.
Yep. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, bringing the communities together, man. I'm big on that. You got my hands in everything. I wear many hats. I know you do as well. And man, it's exciting, man. 2026. What else is gonna come about?
Yeah.
So.
I'm stoked. It's gonna all come quick too.
Yeah. Yep. AG from the 303. Y'all go follow him. Go make sure you guys tap in with him. He's got a lot of opportunities, as well as everybody that he's connected with. So you guys go follow him. Adrian, I appreciate you, bro.
Thanks, Sam.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Much love to you.
Yes, sir.